Hello all, myself Manisha Desai from the College Aryan Arts, Commerce and Science. Today I am going to discuss on the topic Zener diode from the lesson Semiconductor Devices of 12th Science class from the Physics Part 2. We know that when a power supply is connected to a load, it is noticed that there is a drop in the output voltage. Means a power supply whose output changes when a load is connected across it. It is called as the unregulated power supply. And when the output of a power supply remains constant even after connecting a load across it, it is called as the regulated power supply. For many cases we require the regulated power supply, so there are many ways in which a power supply can be regulated. A commonly used voltage regulator circuit uses Zener diode for getting regulated output voltage. So in this topic we will see the Zener diode, how it is working as a voltage regulator. There are many more special purpose junction diodes such as Zener diode, photodiode, solar cell or LED. Out of this, Zener diode works on the PN junction breakdown region. Photodiode, solar cell, LED are working on the photosensitive effect for conversion of one form of energy into other form of energy. Here we will see detail about Zener diode. The symbol of the Zener diode is like this. It has two ends. One is the anode, second one is the cathode. Anode has positive end, cathode is the negative end. If we see physically, it is resembles like this. This black strip indicates it is the N side, other side is the P side. The Zener diode is a silicon PN junction device, but it is differs from the other diodes as it is designed for operation in reverse breakdown region. This breakdown voltage of the Zener diode is set by the manufacturer when it has manufactured. The basic function of Zener diode is what? To maintain specific voltage across its terminals within given limits of line or load change. Means it has to maintain output voltage constant. It is used for providing stable reference voltage for use in power supplies and other equipments. How Zener is constructed? Zener has a p-type material and n-type material. In between that there is a depletion region. When the reverse bias voltage of an ordinary junction diode is increased beyond a critical voltage, the reverse current increases sharply to a high value. This critical voltage is called reverse breakdown voltage. And then diode gets damaged at this stage. Means what? There are two cases, that is forward bias and reverse bias for any diode. In case of forward bias, as we go on increasing the voltage, current also goes on increasing. But in case of reverse bias, up to a certain voltage, current remains constant. But after that, current increases sharply to a high value. Then this voltage is called as the critical voltage. In case of reverse bias, it is happening, hence it is called as the reverse breakdown voltage. Zener diode are designed in reverse breakdown only. There are two types of reverse breakdown in Zener diode, which are Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. Zener breakdown occurs in Zener diode at a low reverse voltages, and avalanche breakdown occurs in both rectifier and Zener diode, but at a high reverse voltage. The Zener diode is heavily doped to reduce the breakdown voltage. This causes a very thin depletion region. Zeners are commonly available with voltage ranges between 1.8 volt to 200 volt. Now we will first go upon Zener breakdown, how this is happening. For working of this Zener breakdown, we have to apply some external reverse voltage across this PN junction diode. We have to increase this reverse voltage. When we increase this reverse voltage, the electric field across the junction increases, and because of this, force of attraction happens on the negatively charged electrons at the junction. and these negatively charged electrons attract towards the positive, and hence covalent bonds which hold this semiconductor are broken down due to this force, and electrons are removed from these bonds. Now these electrons becomes free for conduction and hence forms very large current. When we increase this applied voltage, the electric field across the junction also increases and force of attraction increases. Because of this, more and more covalent bonds are broken and hence more and more electrons are removed and forms free electrons, hence creates more and more current through this device. Then what is the avalanche breakdown? Zener effect appears on the diodes whose breakdown voltage is below 6 volt, but the breakdown voltage can be obtained at a large value by reducing the concentration of impurity atoms also. Very little amount of current flows in the reverse bias diode. This is due to the flow of the minority charge carriers. Means the avalanche breakdown appears because of minority charge carriers only. The width of the depletion layer is large when the impurity concentration is less. When a reverse bias voltage is applied across the terminals of the diode, the electrons from p-type material, which are the minority carriers, and holes from the n-type material, which are the minority carriers in the n-type material, accelerates through this depletion region. Means they get some impulse and hence they starts moving. Now these minority carriers results in collision of intrinsic particles, that is electrons and holes, with the bound electrons in this depletion region, and with the increase in the reverse voltage, the acceleration of these electrons and holes also increases. Now the intrinsic particles collide with the bound electrons with many more energy and hence break its covalent bond and then creates an electron-hole pair. Means instead of only the reverse voltage increase and force of attraction as in case of Zener breakdown, in case of avalanche breakdown, the minority carriers collide with the intrinsic particles and forms new electrons. And because of this, the free electrons combine with the holes and forms electron-hole pairs. If you see this diagram, you can see here the electron collide with this particle, this nuclei, forms newly electrons and then electron-hole pair is formed. This newly generated electron again collide with the next atom, forms again new electrons, and the whichever formed electrons combine with the hole create electron-hole pairs. Likewise, many more electron-hole pairs are created. This process keeps on repeating and this is called as the carrier multiplication. These newly created electron holes contribute to the rise in this reverse current. This process of carrier multiplication occurs very quickly and in a very large numbers that it is apparently an avalanche of charge carriers. The breakdown is called as the avalanche breakdown. Now here we have seen both Zener breakdown and avalanche breakdown. So we will compare here. Zener breakdown occurs at junctions which being heavily doped and have narrow depletion layers. Avalanche breakdown occurs at lightly doped and wide depletion layers. So it is totally opposite to each other. Zener breakdown voltage sets a very strong electric field across this narrow layer. Here electric field is not strong enough to produce the Zener breakdown. Here electric field is very strong. Because of this, there is a rupture of the covalent bonds and hence electron-hole pairs are generated. So, even small increase in the reverse voltage produce many more charge carriers. But in case of avalanche breakdown, this happens because of the minority carriers. Hence, these minority carriers collide with the semiconductor atoms and breaks the covalent bonds. New electron-hole pairs are generated and these newly generated carriers accelerated by the electric field and results in more collision and generate avalanche charge carriers. This results in avalanche breakdown. Zener diode exhibit negative temperature coefficient, means breakdown voltage decreases as temperature increases. The Valenci diode exhibits positive temperature coefficient, means breakdown voltage increases with increase in temperature. So you have to remember these 4 points which are totally opposite to each other. Next we will go for Zener diode characteristics. If you see this graph, x-axis represents forward voltage, it is going forward, reverse voltage which is negative. On the y-axis represented forward current IF and reverse current minus of IR. In case of forward bias, as we increase the voltage, current also goes on increasing after breakdown, that is knee voltage. In case of reverse breakdown region, up to some voltage, current does not increase, but at a typical voltage, which is called as a Zener breakdown voltage, current starts increasing sharply and very high. This is nothing but IZ maximum current. And in between the region IZ minimum to the IZ maximum is called as the Zener breakdown region. Correspondingly, we can see here in this IV graph that Zener breakdown occurs in the range between 4 to 5 volts in the reverse bias condition, and a Valenci breakdown appears at the voltage greater than 6 volt. Zener diode behaves like a normal diode when it is forward biased, but in reverse biased it shows a breakdown at a voltage called as the Zener voltage, which is Vz. The current suddenly increases if the applied voltage is increased beyond the Zener voltage. This voltage remains constant at Vz for increasing current once the Zener breakdown occurs. This property of Zener diode is used in Zener voltage regulator. For a heavily doped diode, the depletion layer is thin and the breakdown occurs at a lower reverse voltage. A lightly doped diode has a higher breakdown voltage. The Zener diode with breakdown voltages less than 6 volt operate mainly at the Zener breakdown region and greater than 6 volt appears in the Valenci breakdown region. This is all about Zener diode characteristic. Only one point we have to remember here, that up to the Zener voltage Vz, current remains constant, and after breakdown happens, the current increases sharply and goes to the maximum value. Thus voltage is regulated. Now how this is happening, we will see in this diagram that Zener diode works as a voltage regulator. Here Vin is the unregulated input, means it is changing. Vz is the regulated output. Here we are using one current limiting resistance, that is Rs. Why it is used? It is limiting the current, means if the current coming from the input supply is maximum, it may damage the Zener diode. So it has to lower the current through this Zener. So maximum current should flow through this. For that case, current limiting resistance Rs is used. To measure this current, we have connected 1 milliampere here. Voltage across this resistor is represented by Vs. Current through the Zener can be measured as Iz through this milliammeter. Load resistance RL is connected. Voltage across that is Vz. Why? Because Zener diode and load are connected parallel to each other. Hence, whatever is the voltage across Zener, same voltage is happening through the load. For measuring this current, load current, we are connected 1 milliampere. Now in the breakdown region, the voltage across it remains almost constant even if the current through it changes by a large amount. So voltage regulator maintains a constant voltage across the load regardless of variations in the input voltage and also variations in the load current. Means even though this input changes or the load current changes, the voltage across this Zener should remain constant. This is nothing but our voltage regulation in Zener. How this is happening? For that, see, if the input voltage increases, then the current through this Rs and Zener also increases. Hence voltage across Rs increases, but the voltage across Zener should remain constant. So Rs absorbs output voltage fluctuations and maintain a constant voltage across the load, irrespective of the input change. This is the first case. Second, when the input is constant but the load resistance RL is decreased, then load current increases. IL is increases. But this current, extra current, cannot come from the source as drop across areas cannot be changed as Zener is in regulating range. For that case, the additional load current is due to the decrease in Zener current IZ. Now suppose when there is a no load, means load current is 0. So that all current should pass through the Zener and results in maximum power dissipation. Similarly, a small value of RS results in larger diode currents when load resistance RL is connected across it. This will increase power dissipation. Likewise, voltage regulator works as a constant voltage even though there are variations in the input voltage and variations in the load current. That is, it is giving constantly output voltage Vz is equal to V0. For that case, we must consider what are the minimum current through the Zener and maximum current through the Zener so that it is capable to handle Vz voltage. So when current is minimum, Vs means voltage across this it should be equal to Iz minimum into Rs. But we know that Vin is equal to Vs plus Vz. So Vin low, what should be the minimum input voltage? Vs plus Vz. Replace this Vs by this value. So Vin low, low input voltage, what should be it is Iz minimum into Rs plus Vz. And when current is maximum, Vs is Iz maximum into Rs. Replace this value here. This Vs is replaced by Iz max plus R into R plus Vz, that is the V in high. So input voltage range should be V in low and V in high so that Zener should be worked in a constant output voltage. Then what is the maximum power rating of this Zener? That is Pz is equal to Iz maximum into Vz. This is only represented here that if the input voltage decreases, the current through Rs and Zener also decreases. Therefore, Vs, the voltage drop across Rs also decreases without any change in the voltage Vz. Hence, any change in the input voltage does not change the voltage across Zener. Thus, Zener gives constant voltage V0 across array. We all studied this, but what is the limitation of this regulator? That it should not exceed the Iz max value. If it exceeds this value, diode gets damaged. What are the applications of Zener diode? Zener can be used as a voltage regulator. It can be used as a fixed reference voltage provider in transistor biasing circuits. It can be used as a peak clipper or limiter in a wave shaping circuit. Or it can be used as a protector against meter damage from accidental fluctuations. That even though current increases from the supply or voltage increases from the supply, the meter should not damage. For that purpose, before the meter we have to connect Zener so that it can absorb maximum current and voltage without damaging our electronic instrument. Thank you all.